It's been a week, but we back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Riffin with Griffin, baby.
Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. This is your host,
Riffin with Griffin.
Erik Griffin. I'm back. Took a week off because I was too busy, but I'm back again. Let's catch up with the NBA today. That crazy Diddy lawsuit, plus news and notes from around the web. But once again, I'm so happy to be back, and thank you for all my loyal followers and listeners and viewers. I appreciate you. So, you know how it is.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah. Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin. Yeah. Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. I'm your host, Erik Griffin. I think I look a little pink. I did something with the color. I don't like it, but whatever. It is what it is. Guys, welcome back. You know how we do. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification button so you know what's going on with the show. Appreciate that. You know, I'm on Twitch daily. So make sure you, check out the Twitch because I be twitching. And, you know, I don't know, Patreon if you want to, you know, YouTube member, Patreon member, Twitch subscriber helps support the show. So I appreciate all of that. So welcome back, Riffin with Griffin. We are here, you know. Last week I was directing another comedy special. Shout out to Martin Amini comedy special. You know, so I had to go out to DC on Wednesday when I usually do this live. And then to the night before I was busy with stuff, you know, Rachel's pregnant. And so it's just so much going on right now. There was no way for me to get another episode in. Listen, I'm going to have a special video up on YouTube because I want to talk. One of my new sponsors right now, old new sponsors, Riffin Racing. So I got this new chair. I'm going to make a little video short and to put on Instagram. Look, it's got a metallic, what do you call that? A magnetic pillow that you could put at different places. Great lumbar support. You know what I mean? It's like, this is a great chair. And they have it a Black Friday sale. So I don't have the code and all that stuff ready. But, you know, even if you just want to go to their website, Riffin Racing, great company. Shout out to them for sending me this chair. You know, but we're back. So, yeah, so I went out to DC. Shout out to Martin Amini. Really, great dude. He is just a tremendous human being. So look out for him. And he's just been out here selling out. You know, he's half Bolivian, half Iranian. So he's got a really interesting mix, interesting story. And he's just fun to be around. You could genuinely tell he's like a good person when he's on stage. So just look out for that, man. Let me go to my Instagram. Let's see. Is this going to show up right? I think it will. So if I go to this, you can see. Yeah, there we go. So there's Martin Amini. I did another special recording there. I am with Evan, the DP. I love working with him. I've worked with him now 3 times now. But yeah, I was back there doing my director thing again. There's his lovely wife in the middle there. It was just a fun time, It was a beautiful theater at the Lincoln Theater. I think Chappelle shot two of his specials there. I think Chappelle shot there because he's from, He's from, he's from DC also. So yeah, good stuff, man. So that was fun times out there in DC. So look out for that one. Not sure that one was these kids today, man, they doing it right. I mean, this was independently shot, man. I mean, can you believe that? You know, it's like, what? Like when I was coming up, you would never think to do that. And we probably should have, you know, we probably should have been like, no, man, we need to be doing this stuff ourselves. But you just didn't think it was possible. You know, back when I was coming up, we thought we needed these networks. We thought we needed these people to like tell us what to do. And like, you know what I mean? And it's just, it doesn't really necessarily work like that. No, you could do this yourself. Get out there, produce. I mean, the equipment is better. It's cheaper to make things, and you know, you just get the right crew. And it was a great crew out there in DC. Great like local crew. Because that's the thing too. When you go to different cities, there's like, you know, so many filmmakers and, you know, camera guys and, you know, crew type guys that are like trying to fix stuff up. And it was just like, it was pretty interesting, man. It was an interesting experience, and I'm learning, you know. It's like I just, you know, I'm no seasoned director. You know, I've been on many sets for many years. I've dabbled in it. You're right. You know, you're doing sketches with friends and things like that. But like to actually be full on in charge of all this, I'm learning a lot, and I'm learning on the fly. You know, so. But I trust myself. I trust my instincts. You know, I'm great with, especially with younger comics who like, you know, just to help them hone in their voice. So, you know, it was pretty fun. It's a pretty fun experience to do that, man. So shout out to everybody involved in that, especially Martin. You know what I mean? He's, you know what I mean? He's doing it. I hope it's still live. I'm having like an issue with my computer. I can't see the stream, so let me just quickly go to. I know this is like always something. You know, it's been a week, and I forgot about all the nonsense that goes on with this, you know, with doing this. So let me just see if it's like, you know, let me go to my channel, make sure we still live in full effect here. Let me just turn this down. In my phone. I had to watch an ad on my own phone on my podcast. That's kind of weird. Yep, I still see myself. I'm doing good. All right, so I'm going to keep my phone open like this so I can see the chat if anybody has anything in chat. Because like my website, I don't know what's going on here, but this is just like not refreshing. I don't know. Oh, here we go. There it is. All right, so anyways, what else is going on? Woo! We're getting there, man. She's, I think, a little over, like, I think 30 weeks. I think we're at 30 weeks. You know, it's amazing how fast it goes. You know, she's, you know, her back is hurting. Like, I have to rub her back a lot and just preparing. We got her, I should have taken pictures of the nursery. So we have, like, our little nursery set up, which is exciting. Got the crib set up. And we're still working on that. Every day I'm putting something up. You know, I'm trying to clean. You know, you have to just kind of like clean up too and get rid of things you don't really need anymore, just to like make room and make space and make life easier. So we're in that process right now, doing all that. Like if you see my office is a mess. So I gotta clean it. That's why I haven't really had a guest come to the house, just because my chairs are all off to the side. I mean, it's just a whole big mess, man. But you know, I'm really excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, I'm still nervous, but I'm excited. We went to get the ultrasound, and like, you know, we saw the nose. We're looking at his nose, and her and I are arguing like whose nose it is. It's so funny. You know, one of the things Rachel said something so funny to me, like, you know, once you you know, when you're having a kid, you worry like it's the baby. You want your baby to be cute, right? We all want our baby to be cute. You think about it. It's one of those things people don't talk about out loud, but I don't give a. Anyways, you know, and so I say to Rachel, like, yeah, I hope we have a cute baby, you know. And then she goes, well, you know, if I was worried about a cute baby, I would have got with a model. I was like, damn, would you? Oh, so I'm going to be the reason why the baby's ugly? She said it with such a straight face. I was like, how dare you, woman? How dare you? So, you know, it is what it is. I got a Q&A up. in the chat for the live chatters on YouTube. Thanks for being here. And for you guys listening later on wherever you listen to your podcast, thanks for listening. I love when people come up to me and they're like, hey, man, what's up? I listen to your podcast. Or, or people send me messages like truck drivers love to send me messages. So if you're out there on the road right now, be safe out there. And thanks for what you do. Okay, let's go to some comments. Let's go to the comment sections like we do every single week. JD Bush, people still watching that movie review with Bobby and Steve. It's still one of my most viewed videos every single week. It's crazy. He says everyone got me rolling, G Mary something or other, whatever her name is. But anyway, she just says, really going to miss you on the David Arnold episode. Yes. And, RIP to my buddy David Arnold. That was tragic, and I hope his family's doing well. But that episode's still up if you want to see the kind of person he was. Good guy, really funny to be around. Again, another comment on that. Let's see. Somebody's commented on the Matt Rife special. Oh, by the way, shout out to that for Matt Rife special. Number 1 in the world. It was number 1 in the world. Number 1 in so many countries. I heard some little inside information. Just he's doing really good. So I'm proud of that. A little bit of controversy going on because he's a straight white male. And he likes to talk about edgy stuff, or he likes to push the envelope. He likes to say, and it's just jokes, right? And so he's a voice of this young generation who is just like, hey, can we just get back to comedy? Can we get back to like not worrying about everybody's feelings at all times? Especially in a world where you could just turn the channel. You know what I mean? There's so many things you could watch. Think of all the streaming services and how many things they have on the streaming services. If you don't like someone and their comedy, you just move on with your life. Imagine with the hundreds of thousands, probably millions of things you could watch. You want to find the thing that doesn't speak to you, that you want to hate on, and then you're going to focus on that. It baffles the mind, It really does. But, everybody clout chases in their own little way. Even all the little idiots who make little response videos, they're making their little oh, I watched this special and this is what I think. It's like, bitch, nobody cares. Even the people watching your thing are looking at you like, what? What? Who? Why are you worrying about this? It's like there's no award. I think people think there's some sort of clout chasing award show at the end of the year. Or there's some sort of and the good person award goes to, Bumblehead 75 out of Wyoming who said, this special isn't funny because of this. There's no award show. Literally nobody gives a fuck. Look at me. Nobody gives a fuck. So just go watch the things that you like and go spread positivity. Go out there, watch something you like, and then comment on it. You know what I like to do? And I've said this before. I like to listen to audiobooks. So when I listen to an audiobook and I love the audiobook, so one, I'll hit up the author. Love your work. Thank you so much. And then I'll hit up the voice actor because they get no love. I'll find them on internet, Twitter or wherever, and I'll be like, yo, loved you in this book. And they're always like, oh my God, thank you. Because how often do people say that, As a, you know what I mean? So how about this? If you want to go hate on somebody, because I know that's fun too. Honestly, it's fun. I mean, podcasts are about that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, you want to hate, how about this? Hate, but then for every hate, go give 5 positive comments someplace. Let's try that. Can we try that? If you go hate on something, then go find 5 go give some positivity as well. How about that? Okay. Let's see. So this Detroit guy said, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This guy comes to my page. He goes, not a fan of Griffin. Seems like only his opinion is always correct. Steve is totally open to other people's opinions. Ha! I'm just going to let that one go. Oh my God. You know, it's so funny. Like, it's like Steve and I, when we do the podcast, we talk about it ahead of time. And he always tells me, like, Steve will be like, yo, dude, let's do a movie review. And it's like, let's do that thing that we do. Like, we're arguing. We're going back and forth. That's the whole point of it. And then there's like morons that come to it and go, oh, man, why are you arguing? Why do you think you're right? I mean, it's part of the thing, man. Like, what an idiot you are that you don't know that. You know what I mean? Y'all think that whatever. Let's see. What are we talking about here? Okay, I don't think you should start banning things. People should have their choice. Eventually, they'd ban everything besides running on a hamster wheel to provide energy. I understand that, Bit Stacker. He says you shouldn't start banning things. Okay, I'm with you because he's talking about like they want to ban smoking. Okay, here's the thing though, man. I think that it's more nuanced than that. Like, smoking is an industry, a capitalistic industry. They're just to make money. They don't care about health and safety of anyone. Like, just because something is available doesn't mean just because something can be produced and manufactured and sold doesn't mean it should be. If you look at the health risks of smoking, and how about the financial burden on the whole just in the United States, the financial burden of smoking, what it causes, lung cancer and all the things that it causes, that's different from, say, like, oh, let's ban, something that people don't like. I mean, this is like, it's like no matter how much they tax it, people, it's an addictive drug, nicotine, So then if by that standard, then like, why are we worried about fentanyl and cocaine and whatever else like destroys lives and or when they were selling Oxycontin, should we not have banned that? But it was all, you have to remember that the money that was involved in too, like the capitalistic undertone of everything. It's like, well, if we could sell this, we can make a bunch of money. And nobody thinks about, but if we sell this, people are going to die. People are going to, I always use that Oxycontin as a baseline for like anything is possible. The fact that doctors were fucking prescribing this to people because they were getting kickbacks and the money that was involved in everything and keeping people drugged up. I mean, just think about how crazy that is. Is that something that we should have banned? Yeah. I mean, smoking is something that like has been going on for so long that we kind of think that that's our God-given right to get lung cancer. We think like that. But if you think way back, one, they didn't know how bad it was for you. Now that we do know how bad it is for you, there's a part of us that should be like, yeah, we shouldn't sell this anymore. It should really be an illegal substance, right? If we think about it. But it's just been around for so long that we go, and now that we're finally banning it, you can't attach that to like, the government is doing too much. I mean, just look at the history of it. That shit got to go. Get rid of smoking. Get rid of tobacco, nicotine. Get rid of it. Anyway. So the same guy has like 50 different comments. He said, if you looked at the Lucid stock prices, the company is collapsing. Companies come and go like that. The company actually, like this, the company's in flux because they're trying to figure out how to sell the car, affordable car in to the masses, right? But like, it's a company that's mostly owned by Saudi Arabia now. Saudi Arabia has a huge stake in the company. They just built a multi-billion-dollar facility in Saudi Arabia to make the cars, and then so they have a second location to for Europe and all that kind of stuff. They're not going to let this company fail just yet. They're invested in like showing that they care about green. Like there's a bunch of Arab countries who are like, I think Abu Dhabi was talking about building a green city, that's like totally run on solar and, getting away from fossil fuels. I mean, they're aware of it. It's weird that we need to be doing the same thing. Like, I never understand why it's like not solar panels everywhere. Every house, every apartment building, every business, solar panels should be on everything. It should be running the grid. We should have whatever those like batteries that they use to like, so use power at night. We should be sharing power. There should be no way. There should be never have a power issue. It's crazy. But anyways, so yeah, I know what you're saying. Lucid is up and down, but that's what happens with a company like that. But it doesn't. That has nothing to do with how beautiful and awesome the car is, though. You know what I mean? How they run in their company in a bit, that has nothing to do with the car itself. My car is dope. I love this car. Love it. Anyways, what else we got? Yeah, I think that's good enough for the comments today. Oh, you know what? Let me go to the quick Q&A section of the thing and see what people have to say. Let's see. Is it fair that Jenny Ortega is not returning for Scream 7 because of comments on social media? That's not true. I don't believe that. You start looking at too much nonsense. Let's see what else we got here. What's up, Griff? Niagara Falls Rainbow Bridge car explosion was an attempted terror attack. Oh, wow, really? I'll have to take a look at that. I mean, there's always going to be crazy people out here, man. Not every place in the world wants peace. Most places just, have their own agenda. I mean, even the United States, really, But, we fight for the peace within our borders. We at least want to be able to just live our regular lives, listen to podcasts, go to movies, work, take care of our kids, go to the park. We just want to feel safe that we could do that. And I think ultimately we want that all over the world. But it doesn't seem that people all over the world want that. Because you hear about things going on in other places in the world and you just go, damn, this is like, you guys are not, you just want to conquer and own and have your own way of life. And it's like, damn, I don't know. I mean, not to say that we're not the same way, but, that's why we fight for ours. That's why we make sure we have our borders and we have our military to make sure, hey, this is how we want to live. And if you don't like it, too bad, But it's like, it sucks. There are people out there who are really trying to, like, stop that, So, and victims of these kinds of things, I pray for the families. You know what I mean? Let's see what else we got here. I know somebody said, what's with all the directing being done here in DC? Well, it's just a coincidence, like Matt, I think he's going to move to Virginia. I think he's going to move to that area. He loves that area. And Martin Amini's from DC. So that's the reason why I was in DC, but it's just a coinky dinky. Somebody said, did Rife get a cut of the helmet sales? So if you don't know about that, so, Matt's getting a lot of flack for, like, some of the content in his special. But, like, he's like, he put up a post that said, this is my official apology. And there was a link, and the link was to a special needs helmet. So you freaking double down on that. I mean, I feel it, man. I think that there was young people out there in his age range. I think there's people in middle America that look at him and they go, what this handsome guy, good looking white guy. And they think, well, can he, I want to see him be funny. Can he just be funny? It's not a crime to be white. It's not a crime to be a male. It's not a crime to do comedy, edgy comedy, even the kind of comedy where, somebody's the butt of the joke that you think, oh, we should never make jokes about that. Whatever. There's a voice. He's a voice for those people who just like, yeah, that guy looks like me, or I like this guy. And I think that it's harmless. And I think that that's coming back. I mean, we've pushed so far. The pendulum has been swinging so far with this, like, where it's like, we got to, oh my God, toxic masculinity. And, we have to get rid of all male things. We don't want to see any white males on TV. That kind of push they were making. It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Ugh, whatever. All right, let's get back to it. What do I want to talk about first? We actually are making a Rife Tour documentary for somebody in chat that just said that. I'm actually directing a documentary about him right now. So anyways, let's just go with the big news. So did y'all see this thing about Diddy? He's in like hot water, man. And so his ex-girlfriend, accused him of she's accusing the hip hop mainstay of rap, decade-long pattern. She's accused him of abuse, sex trafficking, human trafficking, sexual battery, sexual assault, and gender-motivated violence, among other causes of action. This is a lawsuit that she filed, a civil lawsuit that she filed against him. And like she's saying that he had complete control over his life and cars. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So, what are you supposed to do? So it's a civil lawsuit. According to reports, this isn't about the lawsuit. It's just what she was asking for. He's saying that she was trying to extort him. That she's saying, I'm going to have a tell-all book, or pay me $30 million, or I'm telling everybody everything about you. And I think that what happened was they got to a game of chicken, where it was like, he was like, do it then, and then she was like, fine, and then like, here's my thoughts about this. Okay. I don't think she has any proof of any of this. Okay. Because if she did, your first call is to the police, right? Because a criminal case would for sure help her civil case. But I don't know. Maybe there's lawyers out there. Help me out here, okay? Help me out. If you're a lawyer, maybe you can help me with understanding. I do understand the, civil damages versus a criminal case. They are different cases, and the burden of evidence and proof doesn't have to be as high. And it's the same reason why O.J. Simpson, he was not convicted of the criminal case, but he then was convicted in the civil trial. He had to pay in the civil trial, right? So I think it's the same kind of thing with this. Now, when somebody settles for a case, we really got to stop thinking that it means they're guilty. It's not the case. It's not always the case. Who knows in this situation, but I'm saying we shouldn't, as people watching, jump to that conclusion. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people would settle a case like this. I mean, the main reason is just embarrassment. Let's say he goes forward with this case and they have to go to court. Remember the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial? All of the stuff that they had to come out with, like she had to sit in court and like, we have to hear that she shit in the bed. He had to come out and be like, yeah, I'm a drunk. I'm a drug user. Yeah, I've done this, and that, but I didn't abuse her. I mean, like all of the embarrassing details that have to come out. Just think about what your partner knows about you. Even if just forget the criminal just think of some things that your partner knows about you, things that you've done sexually or things you've said or whatever you've done with your partner, and imagine having to go talk about that in court. I mean, so I understand. So that sometimes it's because of embarrassment. People just go, I don't want to go to, let's just settle, But a lot of times when, so I understand that. So I think they came to a head and then, because it went away like this. Now my question is this, is that justice? You know what I mean? Is it justice? Like if he really did do all of these terrible, terrible things, you mean to tell me that because he has money, he could just pay and get off with it and then you're okay with that? And then all the women out there who are like, go girl, you got it. Like, good for you for standing up for yourself. It's like, first of all, not every criminal or the assailant or whatever the word is, the person on Diddy's side, committing the crimes, most of those people aren't millionaires. So think of all the women out there who are not getting justice. They can't. They're not going to be satisfied with like, oh, let me sue. Here's a civil trial. Let me sue the guy from down the street who has nothing. Yay, justice. So like the system needs to be reworked in that way for sure. And then from TMZ reports, because I've been following this, she didn't file any charges at all. Like TMZ found from her about this trial, there was no, nothing. So I have a friend of mine, I talk with friends, and they immediately jump to, statute of limitations. You know what I mean? Well, maybe, here's the thing though. Wouldn't that help the civil trial? So let's say all of these things that he's being accused of go under like, well, you have to file these charges within however many years, whatever, which I think is ridiculous. For some of these things, there shouldn't be statute of limitations on human trafficking, right? So I don't believe that. But that's just one of those bullshit things ignorant people say about these cases because they don't really know any better, you know? But my thing is this. Wouldn't it help her case? Like, if she went to the police, tried to file these charges, and then she had proof that the police said, listen, you can't file these charges because it's statute of limitations. Then wouldn't that help her civil case? So then when she goes to court, she could be like, I tried to file charges. I didn't do it. He was a powerful man. I was scared. I'm in a better position in my life now. I have support and I really need to get this out. I tried and they said no. Now I'm going to do the civil case. To me, it would help her case. Right? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me in the comments. So I don't get it. So she, so then she files the trial, the thing. 2 days later, I think a day later, they've settled. Of course, it's an NDA. We'll never know how much money she got. But I tell you this, I don't think it was anywhere near $30 million. It's just not how that works. You can ask for whatever you want, but you end up not getting that amount of money. So as I go to this there's a website for it, and Vulture has a whole thing about it. What was Diddy accused of in the lawsuit? The lawsuit alleges several instances of abuse, rape, battery, forced sex acts with male sex workers. Then she depicts the mogul as a textbook abuser and so many things in this case that she's accusing of him. So then you go down. What do we know about the settlement? The two parties did not disclose terms of the settlement, which came just 1 day after Cassie filed the lawsuit. I mean, it don't make him look good. It don't make her look good. So I don't think justice is served in this situation. I feel like we're doing a disservice to women who have been abused and are afraid to come out. We have to find a way to protect these people. These are victims. Real victims out there don't get to do what this lady did. There's victims out there who need some protect. They need to be able to go get everything out, and there needs to be an investigation that is not public. To me, that's what messes things up. Like this idea that everything's got to go on social media. Everything's got to, that's the sucky part. I think there's got to be some kind of gag order to protect both parties. I think women should be able to just go in and be like, look, this is what happened. And then they could be like, all right, well, we'll do some sort of preliminary investigation to see what's going on to help people, because most victims don't have this situation. And then they're afraid. They don't want to talk. They don't want to say anything. They get vilified. They get told that they're not, they're lying. And it's like, and you get why, because in this situation, this seems like a cash grab just on the surface of it. Okay. Whether she is right, whether everything she's saying is true or not, it looks like she don't care about justice. She just care about getting her bag. That perception to me is not good for people who are out there who are not high level A-list victims and, perpetrators. You know what I'm saying? So the civil lawsuit was brought under the Adult Supervisors Act that gives victims of sexual abuse who were 18 or older at the time of the alleged abuse 1 year window to bring cases in New York after any statute limitations have expired. So, see, I don't understand that. So there is a thing there about this. I think that should be put out there, right? I think it should be like, we should know that she actually went to the police and she couldn't get justice that she wanted, so now she's doing this. I just think for the narrative and the story, that seems to be, I think it would help her, It would make him be like, all right, what do you want? How much money you want? You know what I mean? Cassie told the Times on November 16th, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life. Cassie filing mentions the law as thanks to the passage of the act in New York and California, she is now ready and able to also confront her abuser and to hold him and those who enabled his abuse accountable for their actions. So I don't know. It seems like there's some sort of laws or something that's going on in there. I think we need to hear more about those kinds of things, because I don't want her to be like, if she's a real victim and all these things happen to her and this is her only course of action to get some sort of justice, even if it's monetary, to hurt him, to get back at him, I think that needs to be laid out clear for all of us so other victims can take this same route. Because look, he got hundreds of millions of dollars, but somebody that only got $30,000, hey, if you took $20,000 from him, that might hurt that person more than it's going to hurt Diddy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I just think that this system needs to be reworked, you know? So I don't know. It's just, it's very like, you know, it's like when you start talking about these things, you know, people jump to like conclusions and like, you know, people, you know, it becomes a thing where it's like, you know, there's two sides. It's like believe all women at all times. And then it's like if you're a guy and you go, well, this seems weird, or it seems like she's just going for money, then all of a sudden you don't care about victims. And you're like, you know, that's where people jump to, because, you know, it's like the most idiot part of people's brains are what they use for social media most of the time, you know. It's just the most superficial, dumb part of their brain. There's no nuance. There's no discussion. There's no like, hey, let's look this up. Let's find the facts. Let's figure this out. Let's see, like, you know what I mean? That never usually happens in these kinds of situations. So, but this just was like a very weird case. And to me, I don't think justice was served. But there may be some lawyers out there who can be like, well, actually, because, you know, when you ever talk to a lawyer and you hear about the law, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. It's like very detailed. Like, you know, due process is important. Like, you know, the justice system, you know, yes, it feels as if when you have money, the justice system works better for you. But there's a lot of laws and things in place in the justice system to help people and to, like, you know, what you can accuse people of, rights and all that kind of stuff. So it's like we should, when these kind of things come out like this, we should try our best as individuals. Hey, let's look this up and see what's going on here so we can get a better understanding, you know, for other people, as opposed to just like everybody's just fighting on the internet, you know what I mean? So who knows? But I know, but somebody's saying like it's probably like I'm gonna give this is why I don't think she got a lot of money. I think she got some money, right? And then after the lawyers take 33%. You know, you don't get taxed for cases like that. You don't get. I believe the law is you don't get taxed on settlements, but you know the lawyers take all the money. But if you go back to Colin Kaepernick, and I should actually look this up. You know, what was it? Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, here we go. Okay, Colin Kaepernick settlement amount, because somebody broke the NDA. Let's see. What was it now? I think it was like, oh, here we go. Here it is right here. Okay, so, all right. I'm sorry. For people listening, you're probably like, Griffin, stop mumbling. Get to the point. I just needed to find it on the internet. So, all right. So here's Colin Kaepernick, who believed he was blackballed by the NFL, which he probably was. It seems as if he was. You know, everything that he did, the NFL was like, nah, man, we don't want you around anymore, which to me is the right, you know, but he sued him, you know, and you think that here's a $12 billion organization and this guy is suing because he can't work anymore and he thinks that there's collusion and he was, you know, and you go, wow, well, quarterbacks are making $30 million a year at the time, $40 million. So you go, here's a $12 billion organization. He is suing, you know, he's suing them for what do you think he's going to sue for? I would have had a 4 or 5 year career. I would have made $40 million a year. So he was probably suing, trying to get 40, 50, 60, $100 million from the NFL. You would think like that's what he was asking for. Initially, it was. And he was initially asking for a large amount of money. Turns out it came out. It got out that he got less than $10 million. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying about this case. She may have put out there, whoever's side put out that she was asking for $30 million. Trust me, she didn't get $30 million. You know what I mean? She probably got like way, way less than that. And then, but it's like, that's free money. So it's like, okay, give me that money. But we'll see. We shall see how that, because I don't think she wanted to go to court or him. I don't think she had enough. I don't think what could she have proven? Because to me, if she could prove some of these things, there'd be like an official. Now, I believe that there is some official investigations going on, but I don't think it's related to this case. I think he got a lot of stuff going on, So, we might see him in the news. And I think this was a bad precedent, too, because now people can say whatever outlandish things they want, and is he going to just settle? This happens a lot, by the way, especially with professional athletes. It happens more than you think, man. I know a few professional athletes, and this is the thing that happens. They go to a bar, there's like a scuffle or something happens. Next thing you know, a girl is saying, I was abused by this guy. And the lawyers go, listen, man, going to court is going to cost you whatever it is, whatever. Just pay this chick $100,000 and let's get out. And that's what happens a lot of times. That's why they have these classes and courses with these professional athletes. Like, don't go to clubs and bars. Don't go to places where you don't know people. Keep a team around you and all that. Make sure there's witnesses and all this kind of stuff. But, this kind of stuff happens all the time, so it gets muddled, because then when somebody truly gets abused and victimized, when somebody's really, in a bad situation, now it's like, what's the burden of proof, Sucks. Anyways. All right, y'all. Where are we? Oops, shit. Didn't want to do that. Hit escape. So let's go to something. Let's go to my topics of the day. I have there's some weird topics. Let's talk about some more lighthearted stuff here. So I love when this kind of stuff comes out. Study says eating pasta does not lead to weight gain. I mean, thank you. You know what I mean? It's like, this is the kind of thing, our whole lives we're being told you can't eat stuff. Don't eat carbs, don't eat carbs, don't eat carbs. Stay away from this. This is going to, that's a fatty meal, whatever. And then there's a study 20 years later, and here it is. Study says eating pasta does not lead to weight gain. So you're like, well, what can we believe now? What I keep waiting I want the study to come out that says broccoli is terrible for you. Then we could be like, I knew it. But it's like, when this kind of stuff comes out, you just go, is this misinformation? You just feel like nothing is real. And this is from Puberty, great site, love this site. A comprehensive study by scientists Lisa Saunders and Joanne Salva reveals that regular pasta consumption isn't associated with increased body weight. Despite its reputation as refined carbs, pastas rich in nutrients can contribute to weight management when part of a balanced diet. I'm going to get some pasta today. Thank you. Let's keep going. So that one was just weird to me, just because I'm like, this kind of stuff always comes out. This was just hilarious. Dude, the fact that they have a place called Come and Go. Iowa man gets indecent exposure charge after getting caught pleasuring himself at a Come and Go gas station. I mean, well, this story just, this, what more do we need to say about this, right? I mean, the guy's like, yo, I'm at the Come and Go. This is what you do at the Come and Go, man. Like, why y'all he's like, why y'all tripping, man? When you at the Come and Go, you come and go. So I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, imagine like that's what you say in court. You in court like, sir, it was a Come and Go. So I decided to come and go. I mean, imagine getting arrested. Imagine even just getting arrested at a come and go. I don't know. I've never been somebody that has wanted to. Has anybody in chat want to admit to, like, have you masturbated in public, or like a airplane bathroom, or have you just been like, I got to get this out, and so you just do it? I mean, I don't know. It seems weird. This is just, and look at that guy. He looked like a come and go guy, right? Why when it's like something bad happens to someone, why do they have to have the worst picture possible of the person? Like, where do they find these pictures, man? Poor guy. This one is just, there are still people spending money on dumb shit out there. There's a 33-year-old pet psychic who charges $550 an hour. No, it's $550 for a 90-minute reading of their dog. And there's a wait list of 7.6 thousand people. Like, kudos to you, baby girl. It's a dog. Okay? It's a damn dog. That's all I have to say. This chick is getting $550 to pretend to understand what's going on with the dog. Like to pretend to do magic. Idiots are paying this woman $550. Like, you're crazy. Like, what is a psychic reading? I'm hearing a name. I'm feeling a name. It is Bobo. I hear Bobo. Is it Bobo? You know what I mean? It's like, what are we talking about? A psychic reading of dogs? Jesus, man. This was the absolute dumbest, craziest story of all my stories this week. Now, this I thought was very fascinating, and this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Portugal just ran on 100% renewable energy for 6 days in a row. This is possible, man, and we need to be doing this all over the United States, man. There's so much wind technology in the middle of the country. There's so many hot places to set up solar panels. I mean, let's get off of freaking fossil fuels and let's get to this renewable energy. It's a smaller country. They only have 10 million people, so it's probably easier for them to do this as opposed to, we have 400 million citizens and across a vast amount, 3,000 square, however much our square miles or whatever, however you measure it. So, this is tough, but I think it's doable. And I hope that we're going in this direction. Little places like this, we got to be like, man, we got to take their lead, So when I buy a house, that's one of the things I want is just to have like solar panels and all those whatever all that stuff that they do. You ever think about living off the grid? Like you welling your own water and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm that guy. I'm kind of a city boy, but I believe in this. I believe in like using the fossil fuels for other things. Because like on the East Coast, we're in the West Coast, so it's easy to we use our AC. It's not like we have to have it we don't have to have our AC at 50 to because it's so hot in like so hot places or where it's really cold. We have to have the heat on at like 90 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like levels. It's easier in hot places, but like they still got to burn a lot of fossil fuels and whatever for the East Coast to keep them warm in the winter. Maybe we should be pumping all that energy from the middle of the country, all that wind and turbine energy that we can use. I've heard reports and scientists talk about that. We could light up the whole East Coast with energy from the middle. Like they should be sending us water and we should be sending them energy. I think it will work out like that. But when you get money involved, things get messed up. All right, this story. And I talked about this on Golden Hour with the boys because I told them about this. But this is just crazy to me. A jackpot winner sues his child's mother for telling his family about the win. What? Listen, if you sign an NDA with your baby mama, and you just won, by the way, the dude won $1 billion. All right. He won $1 billion and he took the payment of $726 million after taxes. 720 something million dollars the dude won. He going to his baby mama. Look, I won the lotto, girl. And I want to take care of my kid and I'm going to take care of you. Don't tell nobody. Well, don't tell my family. Well, like, are you going to still live in your apartment? How are you going to keep it a secret? You just not going to see your family? Are you going to, was the guy going to get like a old beat up Honda Accord and like rent keep his same beat up house or whatever he had? And just anytime he messes with his family, he drives the Accord and he goes to the house like, oh, yeah, guys. Oh, God, you're struggling. It's tough here. Really tough. And then when they leave, he fucking helicopters over to his freaking 9-bedroom mansion that he owns now. Like, what a piece of shit, man. You had nothing. This guy, you would have never got $1 billion in your life. Take care of your family. Yeah, you got a piece of shit. So what? You got a piece of shit family. So what? Break them off a little bit. You know what you do? You get like a little family fund. You take $10 million, you put it into some sort of like annuity account, right? That earns interest and it pays out a dividend payment to your family where it's like, all right, look, y'all gonna get $5,000 a week for 20 years or something like that, where you can figure it out. And hey, that's it. That's all the money you want. You're going to get from me. Something. You can set up some kind of thing where you take care of your family. Like, you had nothing before this. I just don't understand why he would. And then he's going to sue his baby mama. He going to sue her. Like, this guy is a piece of shit, in my opinion. Piece of shit, dude. Just be like, you told him. How about this? You're such a piece of shit. Just be a piece of shit. Family calls. Yo, man, you won the lottery? We're sorry. The number you dialed doesn't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You have a security guard now. You move. You change your number. You move someplace else. You take the baby mama and the kid and go, hey, we moving. She's like, well, I don't want to move. You want to live in a $25 million house? Pack your shit, bitch. We leaving. You know what I'm saying? And then she'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? They moved to an island, whatever. He said, you living over there. I'm going to live on this one over here. I just want to see my kid. Our backyards will be connected. You have your life. I have my life. And then your family will never find you. You don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that just seems so ridiculous to me. I don't know. This is just a weird story to me, in my opinion. Oops. And the last one was this. This woman who married herself and later cheated on herself. What? Are any of us shocked that she's white? I mean, I don't want to be that guy. But if you're listening and you don't see the picture, when you heard this, the woman who married herself and later cheated on herself, was your first thought, oh, that sound like a Mexican girl? No, of course, it's a crazy white woman. What? The story goes, a woman who married herself, yes, you read that correctly, back in 2015 has cheated on herself, and she went on the live television to speak of her ordeal. 37-year-old Sophia married herself in 2015. I'm not even going to read the rest of this. Like I said, what are we talking about? You married yourself? You married yourself. If you married yourself, you in charge. You just be like, yeah, I'm in an open relationship with me. So, you know what I mean? You know, if it was me, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I married myself. And, and then Rachel's my side piece. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, gotta take her. Shh, you gotta be quiet because, me is here and me be tripping sometimes because I'm married to me. It's like, what are we talking about? People are so stupid. This is mental illness. This is mental illness, man. And we got to do something about it. last but not least, I got a new iPhone, so I'm a little iffy about it. I don't know. Anybody else got the new iPhone? What do you think about it? I don't know, man. It's like, how is it different? Is it better? It feels lighter. I feel like the charge. I feel like the charge is freaking not good. So I don't even know, man. It's like this is iPhone 15. I think I'm gonna wait till 17 or something before I'll buy another one. Actually, I had a 13 and I didn't get the 14 and I jumped to the 15. But I do like that it's all USB-C now. So let's get rid of Lightning and be done with it. We got to get rid of the Lightning, stupid, whatever that stupid technology that sucked. And so now we're here with freaking, the good stuff, man. All right, y'all. I think we did it. You know what time it is now. Oh, before I go, I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I'm on Twitch most days. I got to go to I'm working out today, so at 2:30 I got to work out. I'm in the West Coast, so I got to go to my workout. I've been working out, guys. Still doing it. Great stuff. And then, if you want to support on the Patreon, make sure you support on the Patreon too. So we got the Patreon, we got the Twitch, and make sure you subscribe, y'all. And I appreciate y'all for everything that you do when y'all are here. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. But you know what time it is. Yeah. It's that rap recap time. Rap recap. Oh. Griffin, Daddy got charged. Large in charge. Woo. Yeah. So, Diddy with that lawsuit. Yeah. You know what I completely forgot as I'm doing this? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If you've waited this long on the podcast, thanks for being here. But you know what? Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great time with your family. I completely forgot about that. That's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. So be thankful for your family. I am thankful for all you guys that listen and watch the podcast every single week and leave comments. Whatever you're thankful for, please put in the comments. And I appreciate you guys for being here every single week. The people that are listening, our truck drivers on the road, people just at work, just want some noise in the background. I'm here for you. Get your food, jam on it with your family. This is going to be my last Thanksgiving. Next Thanksgiving, I'm going to be a dad. So look out for you guys, and I appreciate you, and I will see you next week.